Back in the foundation. We got some NBA draft talk, Malcolm Harris.
Oh,
We
yes,
got
we
some
do, man.
good stuff coming up today, baby.
We got some
Ace
NFL
Bailey,
talk.
Chattanooga's yeah, Ace Bailey, Chattanooga's own. Heading out to the West Coast. We got more to come on that. There's a lot of question marks on that whole situation. Man, we're gonna have some suspension talk in the NFL,
Yeah,
and
we are.
then whatever else we decide to talk about. But first, Joseph, hit that theme music. Welcome back to Chat It Up Sports, brought to you by Barra's Cabinet Refinishing and Steel City Brand. Beautiful folks at both places. To my left, I guess you're right. From somewhere unbeknownst to us in East Tennessee, north of us here in Chattanooga, Malcolm Mickey Harris. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good, man. My kids started daycare for the first day today.
Did you cry?
Me and Joseph talked about it.
Did you cry?
I felt weird. It was it's one of those moments when you realized what was happening. Like you're like, oh, this is a huge turn for me. Start a new job on Monday. I got this going on. Like it's just like, oh, I realized what's happening. My life's making the shift here. And it was great. I thought everything was gonna go awesome. We had multiple good scenarios going on when I first got there. She's smiling, she's having a great time, she's playing with new toys. We're doing the whole kit and caboodle. I was like, she doesn't even notice I'm here, dog. She doesn't even know I'm here. But then I leave, nothing. Doesn't even notice I'm leaving. Like, okay, fine. It's just a little tester day. So, you're just leaving in there for an hour and a half. I come back. The teacher's like, she's been crying literally the entire time.
Really?
Disaster struck. She hated it. She didn't know these people. She realized I was gone about 4 minutes after I left, and absolute panic. Realized all the toys weren't hers, and yeah, day one, L.
It's okay. It's okay. But like, what was the score? If you had to put like a sports score to how today went, and
Well,
let's just say it like an NFL game, like you lost, but what was the score?
I have a college game I just gave Joseph.
Okay.
This is when I was in there, it was going great. This was the Ted Ginn return on the opening kickoff of the Ohio State Florida game. And then Florida comes out and absolutely waxes you after that.
Oh my god, bro!
I don't remember what that final score was. Do you know, Joseph?
I believe it was like 42-14.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
But. Yeah, but I think you're right. I was thinking it might have been 50 or 60. I can't remember it's bad. But yeah, that's how it was. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't the Kansas State Georgia game, but it definitely was. The Ohio State Florida game was like the perfect example. I felt like because I'm telling you, everything was great for the first few minutes. Like I thought I was gonna have to stay there 20, 30 minutes just get acclimated. Dude, she didn't recognize me one time. She was like, oh yeah. Besides, she showed me one toy and she just like, That was it. That was the only time she even looked at me. Every time she was looking at the other kids or the teacher, and I was like, see ya, bye, dog. So good. I pieced out and I was like, this is gonna be great. Come back, absolute disaster. So very funny day. We're gonna bounce back. Checks bounce, but we bounce back, right?
One of my favorite sayings of all time.
I know. I didn't never use it until I met you.
Well, now we're here, man, and we're gonna use that for the rest of our lives. And checks bounce, but we will always bounce back. Gracie's gonna bounce back in a big way, and yeah, I'm excited to hear how the rest of we gotta come up with a segment. Daycare details.
Daycare details. Yeah. I might create that. I might do that. I might give an update tomorrow. because we go
Yeah.
back. We're going full half day tomorrow.
Okay.
So
All right.
we're gonna learn. I'll keep you
Gonna
updated.
have a pep talk and just be like, listen to me. Listen to me, baby. I need you to give me all you can today. You know?
Yeah,
And
we
pour
didn't
out.
go in there. I didn't give a speech. We went through some short X's and O's as we're walking in. Not a well prepared game plan for me.
It's
I
okay.
I take fault as a coach. I will say that this is one of those press conferences like our guys went out there and tried. I did not prepare them to face this challenge. That's how I feel about this right now.
And it takes a special coach to realize it's like, all right, I didn't put the X's and O's where they needed to be. We're gonna watch film. We're gonna make some adjustments. I like what I saw. There's some splash plays that we can come back to, you know, and
Yeah,
take it from there.
there are some plays that you can look back on like we enjoyed the toys. We knew we could crawl around. Definitely high level athlete that she is. There's mobility there. There's playtime. Uh, we can do a lot of good things, but you got to be a team player. You can't be selfish out there. And she did not like that the toys weren't hers.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
you got to learn. You got to learn from that. It's day one. Come in
Well,
as a high profile recruit. You think you just think you're the shit.
knowing her parents, I think she will be fine. I think she will absolutely adjust, and I cannot wait for more daycare details.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Um, Speaking of children, there was a ton of children drafted last night in the NBA draft.
18
Uh,
to be exact.
18, bro.
18.
Like,
18-year-olds or less were drafted last night.
that's wild to me. Like some of these kids were in high school less than a year ago,
Yep. It's
or a year
crazy.
and a few months.
Cooper
Yeah.
Flag becomes the second youngest besides LeBron James to ever be drafted in the number one spot. He was like 18 and some change.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's your stat of the day.
dang. We'll start there because they brought it's like one of those things that I don't realize how good it is until they bring it up. But that Mavericks roster is pretty damn good, dude. If
You,
Flag's anywhere close to like I'm trying to think like just a really solid. I'm not going to try to put him in LeBron James category, but if he's like a very high efficiency guy, year one, it's nasty, bro.
they, to me, are the biggest threat to Oklahoma City in the West. As constructed, if fully healthy, which to be real, I don't know if you'll see a fully healthy Dallas team. I don't
Yeah.
know if we'll see it because let's go through it. The roster. I mean, at the one you have Kyrie Irving, who's not going to be back until January 2026. Kyrie just signed a 3-year, bro, 3-year, $119 million deal. So he
Yep.
is trying to end his career in Dallas.
And still
At
a
the
heck of a
two,
player. And we're getting good Kyrie right now.
yeah, we're getting good Kyrie, quality Kyrie. At the two, you got Klay Thompson, which I know he had some stinkers last year, but he really did some effective stuff that I didn't think he was capable of doing still.
Yeah.
And then let's
And
talk
then
Coop at the three.
yeah, it sounds like Cooper's going to be playing the three. That's where they want him. And it sounds like early on he's going to be the main ball handler with Kyrie out potentially.
That's what I was going to ask you because there's a hole at the one. And if it's me, I'm looking at somebody like a Tyus Jones or like a facilitator that I can really just like go get for the cheap that can just play some minutes and just keep the show going. They can even be bad defensively.
Yeah, because you're going to have some backup, whether that's because that's another thing about Coop. Man, Coop can play some defense. Uh, he's not your typical Duke turnstile white guy. This is a guy that plays tenacious, help side defense. I think he's gonna be pretty good on the ball. He's gonna have a lot to learn as a three. it'll be tough transitioning early, but I think he's one of those guys. He'll get it. He's very athletic. He's somebody that I don't know if he'll be like an elite level on ball defender, but he's going to get in passing lanes. He is going to help side defense because there is a world where it's Coop at the 3, AD at the 4, and Daniel Gafford at the 5. That's a big boy lineup, dude. And then you have
Yeah,
Clay as your 2.
yeah. And you didn't even mention Derek Lively is still there, bro.
Oh yeah, because you have that
Like,
rotation.
yeah, Derek Lively is still there. I mean, there's quite a few other pieces. You still have Max Christie at the 2 to be your spark plug to come off the bench.
Yep.
Max is a walking bucket. I just truly think you need a true point guard to come in to be able to facilitate things like a Emmanuel Quickly or like a, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
type of,
you need somebody to fill that gap for whatever 3 months. What is it? You start
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, if you can fill that, let's see. I feel like maybe I've heard this. We're gonna get you back to the episode in 1 second, but first we're gonna give you a little list of sponsors. First, we are brought to you by Barra's Custom Cabinet Refinishing, a local Chattanooga staple for the past 24 years. Barra's Cabinet Refinishing is going to bring you the best custom cabinetry in the Scenic City. From custom cabinet refinishings that breathe new life into existing cabinetry to cabinet refacing and modification that transform and optimize the space in the home. Boys, I can tell you, I need that with a little one around. The people over at Barra's simply deliver the goods. So, for a winning team that's always going to bring you the best, trust Barra's, an official sponsor of Chatted Up Sports. Head over to the website, barrascabinetrefinishing.com, to get your free estimate today. And if you tell them Chatted Up Sports sent you, you get 5% off. The Mavericks could target Chris Paul to fill that gap.
That to me makes the most logical sense of all time because Chris Paul can just be Chris Paul. He doesn't have to do anything crazy. He doesn't even have to score. If Chris Paul gives you 8, 8, and 4, that is a successful day at the office.
Somebody
Like,
that can run the offense.
yeah, just run the offense, be a true point guard, which that is what Chris Paul is. He's never looking to shoot. He's always looking to facilitate. They have bigs, they have a power forward, and really the most dominant power forward I think in the league right now, still in Anthony Davis. He's finally playing his true position. And then you have Coop, who is going to provide like this young spark plug. And LeBron was on his podcast, although it's not chatted up, but he was
Yeah.
talking and he was like, Coop is going to benefit from something that I've never had. And he's going to start and he's going to be playing with 3 Hall of Famers. I had to go seek that out.
Yeah. That's a
He
good
fell
point.
into that situation. He fell into the fact that he is playing with immediately, like, surefire 3 Hall of Fame guys.
That's kind of crazy to think about because Kyrie's level before he got hurt was pretty nice, man. And AD's AD. It's hard because you have to rely on 3 between 2 of those guys. I mean, Clay just had 1 or 2 bad ones, but overall he was relatively healthy. But the other 2 are questionables, man. Like you just don't know if they can stay healthy. And if you get healthy, Clay, Kyrie, and AD, even at their points in this career, and Coop turns out to be just that dog that'll have a couple 20, 25 pieces, but mostly, I mean, I feel like for him, if he averages 16, 17 a game, 7, 8, 6, 7 boards, somewhere in that range, he'll have a couple assists. He's a good passer, 1, block and a half. That's going to be a really solid year 1, especially with how much talent, because he's not going to be asked to do that much in the scoring category. I think early, it's going to be a lot of AD. Maybe he will, I guess, initially, and maybe while Kyrie's out. But when Kyrie comes back, it's like take a back seat, young fella. Like we'll get you there. Don't worry, we'll get your shots. You're going to be, he's such a 3-level scorer that you're not going to have to worry. But it does say Chris Paul does want to return back to the Spurs, but it doesn't work out, Dallas ain't that far.
No, it ain't that far. Still in the same state. I was thinking about other guys that potentially could be a good fit. Lonzo Ball could be a great cheap fit.
Man, get some defensive help.
I know you're not trying to hear this. I know.
Don't do it to me.
Ben Simmons, if he could just figure it out, bruh. What's wrong? What happened?
The Hawks got him, dog. The Hawks
What
broke him.
happened, bruh?
Dude, I watched that layup that didn't ever happen video again, where he passed
Yeah,
up that layup, and that was the biggest non-shot of all time, it feels like. And yeah, I was like, man, my team broke, because that was the biggest upset to me, because I was like, there's no way though. The Hawks should not be beating that Sixers team, because this was Ben Simmons, where we still thought Ben Simmons was first team All NBA kind of guy. All
yeah,
around, you're like, honestly, like at that time, the trajectory was like, he might not be LeBron, but he might be like slightly off brand LeBron.
bruh,
Like he might be
bruh.
Kirkland's Costco brand. Like not, you're not getting great value. You're getting like Kirkland's brand. Because I mean, he was defensive player of the year. Like he was just awesome, dude. Awesome. And then the Hawks broke it. And your Atlanta Hawks did what needed to be done and somehow made the Eastern Conference Finals.
You cannot tell me that Ben Simmons wasn't like the next big thing.
Yeah.
Like at LSU, it's crazy the amount of star power that's really went through LSU in all sports.
Mhm.
Like we can just look at it all around. They've just dominated in star power. Probably not the best, but just stars. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like even that Angel Reese team, like that was loaded. Paul Skeens, they just keep producing
Zach,
off.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah. Dude, the football thing is just incredible to me. Like the wide receivers keep happening. The wide receiver, like we knew Neighbors and Thomas were good, but then all of a sudden they're the two best rookie wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Thomas was another one to me. I was like, oh, he'll be solid. I mean, to be honest, that's kind of what I was like. He'll be really good. I thought he'd be really, really solid. And that's what I thought Justin Jefferson would be. It's like he'll be really solid. And I hate to say it because he went to Minnesota. I was like, we might not hear a whole lot from JJ, you know. But then all that turned around. Jamar, dude, when the Burrow thing happened, you're like, see you. He gone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like it is just crazy. It is. And I mean, I didn't think that Brian Thomas, I was like, he's gonna be a better version of like Gabe Davis.
Ooh.
Like I was like, bruh is not
One awesome
really,
game a year.
yeah, like he's gonna kill it, but like I didn't think he was gonna be like this perennial one option for
Oh,
Jacksonville.
oh man, it was awesome to watch this year. I hated it because he's on the Jags, but like, yeah, whatever. Titans were terrible, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's potential here for quite a few teams, and it was a good draft. I did not realize Dylan. I'd forgotten this fact. I know I heard it a couple of times because I watched the Rutgers games because Ace being from here, but I did not realize Dylan Harper was Ron Harper's son. And then I was like, yeah, I don't know, one of the biggest pieces of the Bulls history. And then so it's like great piece. He's going to be awesome down there in San Antonio. That's another one. I don't know if they're next year or the year after that. San Antonio is doing really good stuff. They're doing really good things.
The rebuild is back. I mean, you have of course Harper, but then you're gonna have Castles. You got Wemby, obviously, who's about to really take the leap, like the leap if he stays healthy. I mean, honestly, if we're just being just blunt and honest, he should have been defensive player of the year, and he didn't play 50% of the season.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
something we've never seen before. And then you also got Harrison Barnes, and then you got De'Aaron Fox.
And
Like
Fox is not that young. Or
no, like
not that old. Sorry. Fox is not that old.
he's not. Like they are going to be positioned well in the West. San Antonio is going to be fine. Like if I'm a veteran, like if I'm in the James Harden camp, the Russell Westbrook camp, these older guys that like need a championship, I'm gonna hitch my wagon to San Antonio right
To the biggest freak of nature we've seen since LeBron James.
Yeah, and just be like, you know what? Like, I think if we keep this guy healthy, he's going to get us there because nobody can stop it.
Nobody. Because, I mean, offensively, he's already starting to find a crazy stride, too. Like, that was
Yeah,
the thing. Year one, you're like, okay. But year two, whoa, whoa.
yeah,
This
and he
guy's
can
been
shoot
off.
it. He can shoot it, bro.
It looks so good. That's the thing is, like, you find guys with good form. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter now that Halliburton's a 40% shooter and he had the ugliest form in the world. it all works out. Man,
It's
it's going to be so weird for the East next year. But the West is loaded. We'll get to. I guess we'll go ahead and talk about him, Ace Bailey. Very strange situation. All this weird buildup of the bad agent. I believe it was who's the agent? It was like, oh gosh, yeah, his agent is not really, I guess, recognized as a true agent. And yeah, I think you could look that up for us, IT thinking. But yeah, agent wasn't recognized as a true agent in the category, and it has been declined workouts to the Sixers at number 3. He has, Sharif Cooper's. It was Omar Cooper was his agent,
Mhm.
and it just felt very strange. I heard some of the rumblings that he had been very immature and wasn't prepared for some of the interviews and the pre-draft stuff. And it just felt like he was going to fall. It just felt like the formula was about to happen of this guy's going to fall to 9, 10, and is definitely a top 3 talent in this draft. There's no doubt about it. Like Coop, Harper, Bailey. Those are your 3. And in
Yep.
that order, it feels like. And in that order because Dylan's special. But Ace was somebody that could turn you around if you got him in the right ring of things. And all that decline workouts, didn't even really get back to Utah, didn't even answer him. And then Danny Ainge was like, don't care. Gonna draft you. I don't care if you don't like Utah. You've never really been out here. It's a changing city. They've got an unbelievable owner. This guy is like one of the youngest billionaires ever, I believe. Top
Yes,
40.
this is true. This is
It's
true.
like this man has taken over and changing that whole city. You're going to get more economics than you probably ever had because this guy is one of those people he's a mover and a shaker.
Yeah,
And you to have somebody like Ainge too that's like, you man, I don't care if you're Ace Bailey. Like I'm Danny Ainge, dude. I'm gonna bring you here. And then they go get Walter Clayton Jr. It's like
bro.
what a night for Utah. Like you finally they set the standard because I think 2 things usually happen. And they've stopped it in a lot of these drafts. Somebody like Ace Bailey, because of character flaws, falls in the draft to unbeknownst places. And then the best college player who's a little small, doesn't look as athletic as some people, he usually falls to 30s. That's Walter Clayton Jr. And they're like, nope, 18. That's where he actually belongs because somebody like, I don't know, the freaking Boston Celtics would have got him and he would have been dropping 25 points a game in 3 years. You'd be like, why didn't we get him?
Facts.
But Utah's like, no, done this before. Danny Ainge is like, I got it. If we can get these 2 guys, we are in a great spot for our future. And they got pieces they can move around for years to come. Ace just has to embrace it. It sounds like from I was listening to McAfee show today. It sounds like he's like, you know what, I'm ready to go, man. Let's play some ball. I'm a humble guy. We'll figure it out. Everybody's like, listen, man, Utah, Salt Lake City, that place is changing. Yeah, they've got their rules, and it's a little bit dampered down compared to some other big cities. But if you love ball, it's a place to go right now.
Truly, I wish like Ja Morant would have went to Utah. Like
Yeah, that
guys that like guys. I'm telling you, Ace Bailey is going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. I mean, it's the perfect situation. Ace Bailey walks in with zero expectations, zero pressure, zero help. It is Ace Bailey ball. Colin
yeah.
Sexton is about to get traded as we speak. You know, just let me look at this roster, how it's constructed real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'm
It's
just
not bad, and like you have one of the best young coaches in all of really in all of sports. It feels like I think they just signed. Oh man, I think they just re-signed him for another 4 years, I believe. Utah. So Hardy signed. Let's see. I'm trying to find that contract.
so looking at this roster right now.
Oh,
Guys that you got Isaiah Collier. Like, there's a lot
yeah.
of little pieces on this squad. Like, it ain't bad. It ain't bad.
No,
Like,
it's
Keontae
not. I mean,
George does shoot them out of games, though.
yeah, but like, what if you can wrangle him in? Like, what if you have if you he's another one like he is a talent, like he is a bucket getter. So hopefully you can figure that out because their young talent is not bad. You can pull that up
Now, let
on
me.
the pull that roster on the shared screen here. Thank you, Joseph. That's not bad.
It
I
ain't
mean, as far as
bad.
young talent, we're not talking about next year. They're not going to make the playoffs next year. That West is too loaded. That KJ's good. Like there's guys like for your future, you can hope a lot of these guys, and like this is how a lot of these people think about it. You either hope they get good enough to keep them, or you think they're going to be good enough to be at least trade assets. I think I think some of these guys are going to be more trade assets in the future, but you do have two guys who I think are true studs. I think getting a leader like Walter Clayton could be a bigger game changer than you probably think. I think that somebody with Clayton's talent, what he did in that tournament was awesome. That's a killer, dude.
Yeah.
And look, I know it's the light skinned small brother, but he does have some Jamal Murray type attributes that you're hoping for. So if you get Jamal Murray out of the 18th pick, that's pretty sweet.
Bro, when I tell you, I'm just looking at this roster, and one thing sticks out to me is that they got to let Laurie go. They got to let
You
him
got to
go.
trade that Lori.
You have to trade Laurie and get more value for younger talent. Now, to me, where does Laurie even go? And I know it sounds crazy to say, bro. Laurie might need to go back to Chicago.
I think Lori makes somebody in a weird East pretty good. Like Lori's a good player. And there was, I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago. There was a point in time where he was like, I think he was like a top three favorite to an MVP
Like,
when he first got
like,
to Utah because he was cooking. They were like way overshining what they thought they were going to do. There was a
can I?
point, and he faded away, of course, but still,
Yeah.
it's funny. It's funny to think about. Lori Marketing could have been your MVP in the NBA. Whoa, what a life! What a life that have been. So you got to trade away Sexton.
I'm gonna give you a hypothetical trade right now that I just
Okay.
thought of in my head.
Yeah.
I am trading Jalen Brown for
Don't do that.
Laurie Markkinen and Walker Kessler.
No. I don't think Boston would do it. I really don't. I don't think Boston would do it. I think Jalen at least gives them a chance in a weird East next year where it's like maybe. Maybe.
But I think you blow it up, and I think you get as much young talent and value to surround Jason Tatum with next year. I think now is the time to have a fire sale. They already did it with Porzingis. You saw Drew Holiday. Like, bro, they are phoning it in. You might as well phone it in. Like, phone it in. Like,
I don't know, dude. I think the East is like, I think with Derek White, Jalen Brown, whatever you want to call the rest of that roster. I don't know if Horford's coming back. I still think they're good enough to like get to an Eastern Conference Finals. Weirdly enough, but
bro, you're gonna run out there. Anthony Simons,
oh yeah, Simons. That's what I
Derek
was like.
White, Derek White, Jalen Brown, Sam Hauser, and Al Horford.
Hey, dude, watch out! Watch out! It's a dream team right there. It's a dream team, Miggy. Sam
Bruh,
Hauser, Sam Hauser, Anthony Simons, 1-2.
bruh.
Dude,
I do not know.
the casual fan's gonna look at this. There's gonna be one night where Simons goes nuts. Some
Oh,
random
yeah.
night, like some Tuesday night in the middle of December, when we're kind of like watching NBA to start. You know, like let's be honest, like the college football season's got the little break there for a few days, and you're all that's on is like the Great American Cheez It Bowl, and you're like, all right, I'm good. I'm watching NBA, and it's like the Celtics Knicks. And it's the Celtics Knicks, and Simons goes for 40, and you're like, dude, I knew that trade. And the rest of the year, you've not been watching, and he shot 27% from three, and you're like, got. But people are gonna love it. The casuals gonna be like, dude, that's Simons trade.
He's a bucket. He's a bucket. Like, and I
He's a bucket
understand
on
it.
some
Like,
nuts.
I just think Portland was such a bad fit for him and his skill set. Like, I don't know what they had going on over there.
It's weird how the markets work to me. It's like you just had to pay somebody, and nobody wanted to come to Portland, so you had to pay Anthony Simons a ton of money. Like
Yeah.
that's what's so mind blowing about the sports business world is like Anthony Simons got paid, dog. And if you were to tell somebody, hey, do you know who Anthony Simons is? Like you're just going to walk man on the street. Joseph, do you have any idea? Have you ever heard?
That's the first time I've ever heard that name.
Okay.
Ever.
And that's somebody that at least casually watches sports.
I am the definition. Actually, no. I was gonna say I'm the definition of like the most casual NBA fan, but like
I'd
probably it's probably less than that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I can't tell you the last time I've watched a full NBA game like from start to finish.
Yeah.
Never heard that name in my life.
Okay. Somebody in the ball world, though. That's what I'm saying is like trying to describe to my wife why I know so much about random things. Like, I don't know. I watch Sports Center like twice a week, like 2 or 3 times a week. I pick my days. I listen to my different pods. I watch my little shows. You just pick up random sports knowledge if you love it. Or I read one article, you know, it's like, I don't know. I just know that Anthony Simons was cooking out in Portland some nights, and then other nights he wasn't very good. You know, it's just you just pick up on ball, and then talking to you guys, like I'll figure out, oh yeah, this guy transferred to that school. I don't know. You just do things. Welcome to sports. But for me, Drew's not the same Drew, so he's going to Portland. That kind of sucks for him to go from Boston to Portland. I hate those trades, dude. I hate those trades because it's like, man, you took a lot away from that dude. A lot.
I mean, I think if you're Drew Holiday, you're like, hey, listen, like, can you just buy me out? Like, buy me out. I'm cool.
Buy me out.
I'm straight. Like, this is not what I want to do. I'm going to go, honestly, play for the Lakers for a league minimum.
Huh.
Like, I'm going to go chase rings. I'm going to go to San Antonio. I'm going to go to somewhere. Like, I'm telling you, guys in this Drew Holiday type of tier need to really start ring chasing and just cut the bag. Or,
especially at the guard spot.
Yeah, you know, the guard spot is crazy.
Because with these guys getting hurt, which is super weird, we're gonna get to some playoff talk here in a little bit when it comes to expansion. I forgot about that. Yeah, there's just spots to fill. And look, Drew's not the same Drew. He wasn't even like to the level defensively where we had the hopes and dreams of him stopping and guarding everybody. But he he needed to be traded. I just hate when it's like a hard fall off from championship title contender to whatever you want to call Portland right now. That's tough, dude. East Coast all the way to West Coast. You're just staying up north. You didn't get traded to LA. You didn't get traded to the Clippers. You didn't go. You're not going to San Antonio. You're not going to like a cool, awesome. I think people like Portland as a city, but I'm just saying it's a little cool. It's not cold, I should say. Like it's not warm LA. You got traded to Portland.
Portland, where homeless people are everywhere.
Yeah, it's like super hipster,
Super.
hippie Boston West. I don't even know how to describe. Like it's not. It ain't the same, dude. It just ain't the
Like
same. It kind of sucks.
bro, like we could get caught with heroin in our car and they would give us a ticket.
Yeah, yeah. Can't do that in Tennessee, brother.
Tennessee, boy, you might get 5 to 10, bro.
We follow the law around here.
Buddy, is that some marijuana I smell? Get out the car.
Yeah, man. Not to get political, but it is really funny to like listen to all the things that are going wrong in the world,
Yeah.
and especially in our wonderful United States, and just see the differences in like people's perception in each state. Because I'm like, whoa, that's pretty radical up there, or that's very different. And then I'll listen to like Tennessee, and I'm like, boy, are we conservative down here. Like just all the little things, like just the most. I don't even know how to describe it sometimes. It's just really funny that like all the cliches about like Republican state, that's Tennessee, dude. That's
Yeah.
Tennessee. And it's just so funny. Like all the people like, you guys are this, and I'm like, that's Tennessee.
It's
Just
Tennessee.
we're like the most Bible Belt. I love it sometimes. It's so funny.
It's
Um,
crazy. It is crazy.
yeah,
I love my state though. I mean, this is
I
this
do. I
is
do love my
home.
state. And I hate, I'm not gonna lie to you, I really have thought about how much I hate that people found it. Because there was a long time I'm like, we are an absolute gem.
Yeah.
And I used to laugh and be like, I don't see how people keep missing this place. And then they found it. And now our
Oh
home
yeah.
prices home prices reflect that.
They've spiked
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
everywhere in East and Central. West is probably the most affordable, but like I'm not living out West, man.
Yeah, no, I mean no offense to the Northwest parties of the
No
state.
disrespect to West Tennessee and Memphis and
It's like
Jackson. And,
so but to you, like past Nashville, I'm not a Memphis hater. It's not the place that I would want to live, but it's like the subsection from Nashville to Memphis that goes up into the state. That's no thank you ever living there territory for me.
yeah, Memphis is a really cool city to visit, and some of my absolute favorite people on earth are from Memphis. For me, I just remember I rented, and this is stupid on my part, I rented a Hellcat and I went to Memphis 2 years ago. And this dude looked at me and said, "You should get in your car and drive away. You seem like a nice guy." And I said, "Sir, have a good day. I appreciate it." That's when I knew I probably wouldn't ever live in Memphis,
That's a
but
real one though.
that's a real one. Like he didn't even say it. It was no confrontation. He was like, "Hey, this is not the place or time for that. I don't know who you think you are."
I feel like I'd be on edge all the time if I lived in Memphis. Even if
It
nothing was happening, or if I knew where to go, I'd still feel like I want to put these old muscles to use. You know what I'm saying?
Every single person I know from Memphis, including my own best friend, Jamarius Julius, they are with it. At any second, anytime, any place, they are not stupid. On a swivel, they just have a good sense of direction, understand. They're just smart, logic. There is
Yeah.
not a stupid person. There is not a stupid person from Memphis, Tennessee. I promise
No, you just have to stay locked in. I loved it. I've always had a good time like when I visited. That's like the best part. Like, and I'll say this, like the best, yeah, I'll say it, best pro atmosphere I've ever been a part of. Been lucky enough to go to a lot of pro sporting events. The best one I've ever been a part of was like the pregame walking down Bill Street to the Memphis versus Golden State back when they were
you.
the
Oh,
bully ball version of the Grizzlies. That was awesome. That was like so much fun. We had a blast out there. Like that was so fun, dude, to watch those the grindhouse, bro. Like that place loves basketball. That's why I'll never be a fan of. It'd be more convenient and I guess like a bigger population and probably draw some more attention. But like as far as basketball fans goes, do not move the Grizzlies from Memphis to Nashville. It's Hooper's paradise when it comes to basketball lovers out there. They love it. And it's one of the best high school basketball cities in the world.
powerhouses out there. There's a lot of real hooping happening in Memphis. A lot of great athletes are in Memphis. I'm honestly shocked. I think that's why Ole Miss really does well because like Tennessee always cherry picks Memphis and doesn't really just sit in Memphis and in West Tennessee. We always focus on Atlanta because it's closer. Like Ole Miss has really put a fence around Memphis because it's closer.
It's
Like Lane
closer.
Kiffin's not slick. Like I see what he's doing from a recruiting standpoint.
It is funny to think about that Atlanta, I think DC, and I think Charlotte are all closer
Yeah.
to Knoxville than Memphis is.
Yeah. I can get to Charlotte quicker than I can get to Memphis from Knox.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
can get
great.
to Atlanta quicker than I can get to Memphis. Crazy. They're
Yep.
offering flights from Knoxville to Memphis now because people are sick of the drive.
Because that's a crappy drive, dude. Sucks. Once you get, I mean, it's not even that great going to Nashville. Like, at least you're in the gap. Like, you get a little bit of mountains, but like, for the most part, it's not, it's one of the worst drives in the world. It's one of the worst drives.
It is. It sucks. Like I do not like that drive. I've done it a numerous amount of times. I'm
Yeah.
actually low key contemplating doing it in a couple of days. And I don't know.
Stop.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Stop. What's the worst drive
Yeah.
you ever been on, Joseph?
Oh, that's easy. On the way back from Colorado last year, we drove through the state of Kansas. I did not drive, I rode. That was hell on earth. There's nothing. It's flat. And you know that moment in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie? And I don't remember which one it is, where like Jack Sparrow and the Black Pearl get ported to that void where it's just white sand and there's nothing. That's what I felt like.
Oh, wow.
That's exactly what I felt like. Riding home from the Colorado trip, going through Kansas. And my buddy Jay, who was driving, God bless him, he warned me. He was like, dude, this drive home isn't that bad. He goes, but it's about 15 to 18 hours, something like that. He goes, 3/4 of that time is going to feel like we're in Kansas. He goes, but we're not. So you just got to, don't get trapped in the void. I got trapped in the void, dude. I mean, it's nothing. No, road signs, occasional gas stations, and windmills. Ugh, torture. Like, you want some information from somebody? Put them in the backseat of a car, just drive across Kansas. I mean, it's almost like the waterboarding equivalent of getting, like, in a car. It's terrible. Never do it again. I'll never do it again. I've seen all of Kansas, and I never want to go back. Never.
Love it.
Good luck. Y'all keep it. Rock chalk, whatever it is for the Jayhawks. And outside of that, I'm good. I'm good. That was by far the worst car ride I've ever been on.
Malcolm, what's your worst car ride of all time?
The last time I went to my parents' house via car, It took me 14 hours to get home from Knoxville to Florida to Sarasota. Yeah,
Oof.
and that's when
Oof.
I knew I would never. I'd never drive home. I never. I would always fly.
That's not a pretty
I,
drive either. Like, to be honest.
it's not in South Georgia. I don't know if you boys are familiar with going down to South Georgia and into North Florida, but
Well,
what are you about to say, Jay?
I was about to say, dude, I went to Georgia Southern.
Okay,
I've been all over that
That man
area.
knows that man knows that place pretty damn well.
So you know in Valdosta, when you don't do the speed limit, you know there's
Yeah.
these guys that are in these blue Chargers with some orange letters,
Uh-huh.
and they are worse than GTA police when you have 5 stars. Do not mess with Georgia State Patrol. Georgia State Patrol, honestly, will lose their life to write you a ticket. They will say, "I will not go home to my wife and kids because you were doing 77 and a 70. I promise you, you're not going home."
He's speaking
Yeah.
nothing but facts, dude.
Nothing.
Like there's literally like a State Boys. I think it's State Boys is the social media channel. It's literally like the GSP and just GSP chases, and they are relentless. They're unlike any state police ever, and I say that as a best friend, as having a best friend who is one.
Yeah, so you say
Like,
your boy is.
Yeah, he's part of the blue and orange. Like they're relentless, dog.
Do
Now
you
I
hear
don't
what
know.
Jay just said? Do you hear what he just the blue and orange? Go ahead, Jay. Keep talking, man.
Dude, I mean they're stone cold, man. It's like getting pulled over sucks.
Obviously.
Getting a ticket, just getting pulled over sucks. Everything about it sucks. Getting pulled over by GSP, dude, that's a whole different level of like, oh shit, what was I doing? Like you'll have things you've never done in your life pop into your head. You're like, what is he pulling me over for? It's just, I don't know. There's something about it, and it's like, it's. I don't want to say it's exclusive, but people that live in Georgia understand.
Yeah.
It's very much a different level of like, if you get pulled over by just your city police or like county police, yeah, that is what it is. But state patrol, man,
I will say,
the boys are cold.
Yeah, the city and the county part too. You always feel like you at least have a shot if it's not like quote a week.
Oh my god.
State trooper. I mean, obviously we've mentioned it multiple times. Malcolm Harris, swift and execution, got us out of a state trooper in Alabama. But
yes, sir.
thank you to our daughters also helping in that scenario.
My little nieces, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Yeah, I love y'all. But yeah, dude, that's the blue and the orange. I'll know now. I did not realize it was that aggressive down there.
They,
No.
I think there's one in North Georgia that has a Camaro. They drive a Camaro.
Okay.
So
Yeah, one of those
they're
like police.
serious.
Yeah, they
those-
fleece the
Yeah.
drug dealers. I've always heard that.
Yeah.
I know those are a lot of those are in Atlanta. It was like they took these drug dealer cars and they just flipped them to be cop
Yeah.
cars.
Well, have you seen the video of that one? This is like North Atlanta or somewhere, maybe close to downtown. But somebody's like speeding through a red light or whatever, and he comes. I think he's in a truck, state patrol truck, comes flying in, pits them like into a pole, then like jumps out the door, like slides across their hood, and is like, "Get out the car!" And I'm just, yeah, it's state patrol, man. That's the Georgia State Patrol, dude. They're a different breed. They're a different breed.
Wow. Dope, man. So Georgia State Patrol, you two boys, yeah, you guys living there for all your lives. It just sounds different. I mean, I love our Tennessee State Patrol is wonderful, but those troopers just it doesn't feel like that. I'll tell you that. It's very very chillaxed. You'll get some good old boys just working their way up, doing their thing, but GSP sounds like
No, bro.
different monsters, boys.
So
GSP is crazy, bro.
correction, State Boys is not exclusively GSP, but they have a video with 801,000 views, and it's a GSP.
Okay. The YouTube views hit. Damn. Yeah. Oh, wow. Never going to Kansas.
No.
That
And
sucks.
We respect everybody that is involved with the GSP, man.
Oh, heck yeah.
I don't want
We're going to be traveling to
no
Atlanta. We're going to be traveling to Atlanta soon, so we want no troubles. No
you don't
troubles
want
here.
no trouble, bro.
We're just here to help
Cool.
your economics. We're here to
Yeah.
help your Airbnb economics. We don't want no part. Last thing I really want to talk about for sports. Did you guys see the Pelicans trade with the Hawks?
All right, you were mentioning this earlier. What is this,
Yeah.
bro?
Okay, so at first I was a little sad. I really like Derek Queen out of Maryland. Remember the guy that hit the only buzzer beater we had in the tournament?
Yeah.
Maryland. So Queen's going big, thick boy, playmaker, like can get a bucket. I'm really excited about this guy. So when we draft him, I'm like, sign me up, get me that jersey. I was like literally ready to go get that Hawks jersey with Derek Queen. I'm pumped. Like I really like this pick all the way at 13. Some people had him in like their top 5, top 7. So I'm like, okay. And then I see it's traded. I was like, are you me? I mean, it's not going to be Luka trade, but I was like, I really, really like to have Queen. So the Pelicans trade for Mr. Queen, the 13th overall pick, and they trade their 23rd pick. And I was like, okay. But the stupidest thing they possibly could have done is they trade their next year first round pick unprotected.
Oh shit.
So the Pelicans actually believe when you make that trade, you truly believe like we are going to be a playoff team with the Zion Williamson saga. You better hope Queen works out fast. You just traded CJ for Jordan Poole, dude. Like, I'm sorry, that is one of the guys that I like have the most disrespect for in the NBA. Sure, he can get a bucket every once in a while, but dude, he is not. He ain't gonna be a winner. I don't know, man. Like that was one of the most mind-boggling things. Is that first next year? I mean, I like Queen and all, but that first next year might be legit number 1 or number 2. Like, the odds for them winning the lottery may be way better than the Hawks because I think the Hawks are going to go be a pretty decent team if they stay healthy.
The Hawks will be a decent team. I'm looking at this roster right now for the Pels. So you got Sadiq Bey, Brandon Boston, Bruce Brown, Jordan Hawkins, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, DeJounte Murray, Alfred Payton, Jordan Poole. Bruh, I mean, Keon Brown Jr. Like, there are some little pieces, and I'm like, it's straight, but for like 20 games. Like they gotta blow this up. Like, I think they keep some stuff going. I do.
I just
Can I tell you? I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I gotta tell you something that I just saw that is going to just make you scratch your head. Here's your interesting fact about this roster that I didn't think that you knew. All right. The first highest paid is Zion Williamson at $37.7 million. The
Okay.
next highest paid, obviously, is Jordan Poole with $29.6 million.
Yeah.
Guys, Jordan Poole makes more money than DeJounte Murray.
Yeah. 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 And like I guess just seeing whatever happened in Atlanta, Murray just did not pan out. He didn't stay the two-way player that he was. Like I don't know, man. They won 21 games last year. And they got worse because Ingram's not there anymore. I don't know how they get there. I mean, you're in such a loaded West. Like the top 10 for me, Oklahoma City, Houston, Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, Wolves, Warriors, Grizzlies, Kings, Mavericks, Suns, Trailblazers, and the Spurs were all better than them last year. Still don't think they're better than any of those teams. And I think the Utah Jazz might jump them.
You just named the entire Western Conference, bro.
Exactly.
It's over with. Like the Pels are done. They're finished.
You can't tell me that they're going to be above. I mean, you're not going to be above 500, and they're only the Kings and the Mavs were under 500 and made the play-in. So they can't get there. I just don't understand this. And we saw what happened to the Mavs this year, getting the lottery pick. It's kind of shot out of nowhere. Same with the Hawks. Like you have a pretty low percentage chance, and you get the number one overall pick. So there is a shot for the Hawks to get this number one overall pick again next year, if the Pelicans are just the same thing they were this year. So I just can't believe they made this trade. This is like one of those weird new owner syndromes where you got to make a splash. You just don't know what you're doing. You better hope Zion turns into LeBron James fast, brother.
Zion's done, man. Like it's cooked. Like I am ready to classify Zion Williamson as a bust.
I hate it too. I know he's a dookie, but God, he was so much fun to watch, wasn't he?
He was a generational talent. Whenever I saw Zion, we talked and had this conversation the other day about superstars and what they're supposed to do. Zion was that at Duke. He was a superstar. It was the Caitlin Clark effect. It was Zion Watch. Like there's certain people that when you say their name, Johnny Manziel, like he was in that tier of superstardom to me.
Yeah.
Few and far between, but he was in that echelon. And it's sad. He's a bust. He's not what we thought. But it's cool because Ja Morant might be too.
Yeah, and especially two guys that have played really well at times. Like there's been times where Zion has given you like tier one guy stats. Like I mean, his efficiency is unbelievable at times, and then he just can't keep weight off, gets hurt. You know, he's all right defensively at times, but he's another guy that I can't believe he wound up falling from where he was at times, because his rookie year he was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then same, I mean, obviously with Ja, that guy was face of the league for a couple weeks. Like I was like, oh my gosh, we got it. We got our guy. He's in Memphis. And here we are. Both those two, same draft. Character flaws.
They called him the Guns and Buns brother. Guns and Buns, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Them South Carolina boys, man. Guns and Buns.
Let's see.
What you thinking of, man? What's on your
Okay,
mind?
so I was trying to like find some interesting stats here about Zion. So last season through 30 games, he averaged basically 25 points a game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 57%.
I feel foolish calling that a bust. I do. I really do.
But he can't stay healthy, so it might wind up being one. Like, so you're not off, and he's not accounting for winning here. He played 30 games. I don't know what their record was. I don't have that in front of me. But anyways, like he does have really nice stats, but he is, what does he say? Let's see. Only player since the merger to average 25 points a game on 6% field goal percentage through 100 games. That's pretty sweet. Like the guy can play when he can play.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm telling you, like, if I'm Boston or if I'm the Bucks, like the Bucks are the perfect example. They need to ravage these really bad Western Conference teams to get help for Giannis so they can do something today.
Yeah, that's the only way he's got to get somebody else, because Dame's out for another year, which these Achilles injuries got to stop. I hate it. It's just too much wear and tear. Mileage is killing kids. I just don't know what they can do pieces wise. Milton's gone. You just got to make moves that you didn't think we're not thinking about, to be honest. Zion and Giannis, the weirdest downhill threats of all time, the worst spacing team ever, but so dominant all at the same time.
Bruh, that would be just it would be dangerous for everybody. You couldn't hold it. You couldn't, but like there would be zero spacing and zero shooting.
Yeah, and to be honest, could you imagine like as a defender, like you're just gonna pack the box,
Yeah.
but every single possession you're getting an absolute force of nature into your chest.
Yeah.
Giant elbows coming to hit your face. If those two are just like, no matter what, we're going to go to the rack, and the other one's going to be on the opposite side getting offensive rebounds. I don't know how well it would work, actually, but it would be awesome to watch. And they would be a nightmare for teams, especially if Zion gets in like good shape where he can play 30-ish minutes, 35 minutes a game. Good 35 minutes a game. That would be so awful as a defender. I mean, every center would be like, God, I got to play the freaking Bucks today. That'd be crazy.
They gotta do something, bro. Like I don't
Something.
know. It's the NBA is it's an interesting landscape right now, specifically out east, and I am going to be glued to my TV and glued to my phone.
Very weird year next year. Hawks did some good things. I'm very pumped about that. So go Hawks, baby. We got a chance. Porzy out here.
You have a chance, bro.
As weird as the East is, there is a chance to make it. They are not a championship team. They will not win a championship. There's no doubt about that unless they have one move. They have some weird money left. I think there's like a $25 million trade exception. So there is a big move to be made for the Hawks. They just got to make it. And it's got to be good because the roster right now, Jalen Johnson's pretty nasty, dude. Porzy, if he can stay healthy, is pretty nasty.
You got a defensive player of the year.
You got like, and you have Risha Shea, got Dice Daniels. Like, you've surrounded Trey with the right guys. Risha Shea played a lot better than I thought he was going to be.
Bro was hooping. I don't care what nobody says. That young brother was hooping.
All NBA rookie. Love that. Huge, great get. Don't know if he's going to be like the greatest number one overall pick of all time, but don't care. We got somebody that's a really solid piece in a bad draft. Sweet. I like it. I think there's going to be one more trade to be made. I don't know when that's coming, but I can't wait for it. Any parting thoughts, boys? Anything else going on in the world that you need to proclaim?
Man, pretty soon I'm gonna need to get my kitchen done.
What are you thinking about? What's options?
Bears is always going to be a great spot for all your cabinet needs as well as kitchen refinement needs. So make sure you guys show some love to them. And yeah, make sure you use a code that we have for you guys to get some additional incentives off the product offering. And we just appreciate
5% off, baby. Just let them know Chat Up Sports sent you
for rocking with us. I don't have anything else, man. It's been a great show.
Joseph, any parting thoughts?
College football's closer. I mean, you had to know, like, where else?
No,
where else
I was just thinking. I thought about it. This is a weird week. This is one of those middle ground weeks that we have not a ton. Like the NBA draft was a filler spot, and I enjoy it. I know Miggy enjoys it, like it's the guys that like some ball. But I'm ready to do college football segments.
Me too, bro. It's that time. I'm itching. To talk ball.
Next week, we're going to do the college football over-unders pod. I'm so excited about that one. That's going to be fun. We're just going to do SEC over-unders. And we're going to hold it ground. We're going to do something. This one might be like winner gets something. We'll throw it in the group chat, see what we can do. SEC football over-unders pod.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Let's run that. For Joseph Guthrie, the man behind all the magic, much appreciated.
My guy.
Malcolm Harris from the satellite office somewhere in East Tennessee. Looking jacked, looking great.
Thank you,
Hope you have
dude.
a wonderful day, buddy. I miss you.
I miss you too, man. I'll be back to chat soon. Very, 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 very soon.
You call me. I'm Chase Green. To the boys that are not here, we love you. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Like and subscribe everywhere. We out.